All righty. Okay. There we are, folks. How's everybody doing? We are live once again, live in the loft. I'm Kelly DeVoe, your host, and let me see if I can get this microphone in a little bit of a better spot so that I can, so it's not right in front of my face here. All righty. Well, welcome. This is exciting. It's Tuesday, July 7th, and as I mentioned, I'm Kelly DeVoe, and I'm the host of a Tuesday night time slot here on Ripple FX called East Coast Music on Tap. And by that, I mean, I'll be playing some music that is a part of my life these days. It wasn't always for me performing it live, but it certainly became that way over the last little while. Me being a Bretoner, and my parents, the music they listened to, and I've told this story before, I never thought I'd be playing this kind of music. I was big time into rock and the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and everything else. And if you had told me I was going to be playing in a band that plays primarily Irish music, I'd say you were crazy. But here I am doing just that. And I've been doing it now with my band, Jesus Murphy, for the last 10 years. And our big time of the year is St. Patrick's Day. So with that, we play a lot of Irish music. And we play some Scottish music as well. That's part of our heritage here in Nova Scotia. And we also play songs from Newfoundland and songs from Breton and songs from Prince Edward Island. And we wander off that beaten path too. But so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background about me and kind of what I do. So music is very much a part of my life ever since I can remember growing up in Breton. In the kitchen, Mom had that radio on, and it was amazing to me how she could sit at the kitchen table, having a cup of tea, and boom, a song comes on the radio, and she is on the floor step dancing in the kitchen. So that kind of is the music that we play these days, right? So anyway, I'm going to start it off with a good old Breton song written by Alistair McGilvery. One familiar to many, and it's called Out on the Myra. So here it goes. Out on the Myra on a warm afternoon, old men go fishing with black line and spoon. If they catch nothing, they'll never complain. I wish I was with them again. The boys in their boats call the girls on the shore, teasing the ones that they dearly adore. Into the evening, the courting begins, and I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? Well, I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasures it brings. Out on the Myra on soft summer nights, the bonfires blaze to the children's delight. They dance round the fire, singing songs with their friends, and I wish I was with them again. And over the ashes, the stories are told of witches and werewolves and Oak Island gold. The stars on the river, they sparkle and spin, and I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? Well, I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Out on the Myra, the people are kind. They'll treat you to homebrew and help you unwind. If you come broken, they'll say that you mend. I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? But I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. So I'll conclude with a wish you go well. Sweet be your dreams and your happiness swell. I'll leave you here for my journey begins. And I'm going to be with him. I'm going to be with them. And I'm going to be with them again. All right. So that, of course, is a famous Kay Breton song. And I won't play all Kay Breton stuff, obviously, but that was one that I thought would. I haven't played that one in a long time, and that's one that I can remember going way back. So, Kelly, I see that you grew up on this song too in Prince Edward Island, and it was all over the place. It was, in Newfoundland, and just like the Newfoundland songs were part of our heritage too, right? And we play a lot of Newfoundland songs with the band I play in. So it's anyway, it's a part of our culture, and we're proud to be from Nova Scotia, just like anybody's proud of the home that they're from, and but there's something about living on the ocean here. Not everybody, it's not for everybody. Not everybody likes it. Some people come here and say, "Oh, I don't want to go to the ocean," but here we just love it, right? The salt water and just being on the coast, and especially this time of year, right in the middle of the summer, is a beautiful time to be here in this province, right? And during this pandemic, this is the perfect time for a staycation, as they say. So there's a lot of things to do and see here, right here in Nova Scotia. And if you've never been here, please, you got to come, right? There's a lot of interesting things to see. Another thing that's kind of interesting in our province over the last couple of years, is a number of, that song mentioned homebrew. But there's been a lot of craft breweries pop up around here. So I'm going to do a little shout out to one from Kay Breton here. This is Breton Brews Black Angus. So if you like a good IPA, it's a great beer. So anyway, that's the beer of this week. And again, that's not for everybody, but I love it. I can't go back to mainstream beer anymore. So. Okay, we'll try another song here. This one is called the Spanish Lady. It's an Irish tune, written, I guess, obviously about a Spanish lady that this young chap noticed. So anyway, this isn't one that we do with the band, but I dare say it's probably not far away that we'll probably be tackling this soon. So. As I went down to Dublin City at the hour of 12 at night, who should I see but the Spanish lady brushing her feet in broad daylight. First she washed him, then she tossed him over a fire of amber coals. And all my life I ne'er did see a maid so sweet about the soul. Whack for the two-a-lure laddie, whack for the two-a-lure lay. Whack for the two-a-lure laddie, whack for the two-a-lure lay. As I came back through Dublin City at the hour of 8:30, who should I see but a Spanish lady brushing her hair in the broad daylight. First she brushed it, then she tossed it. On her lap was a silver comb. And all my life I ne'er did see a maid so sweet since I did roam. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. As I went back through Dublin City as the sun began to set, who should I see but the Spanish lady casting them off in the golden net. First she saw me, then she fled me, opened her petticoat over her knee. And all my life I ne'er did see a maid so sweet as a Spanish lady. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. Well, I've wandered north and I've wandered south, through Stony Border and Patrick's Close, up and around by the Gloucester Diamond and round by Dapper Tandy's house. Old age has laid her hands on me over a fire of ashy coals. But oh where is the Spanish lady, a maid so sweet about the soul? Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. The toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. Whack for the toura-lura laddie, whack for the toura-lura lay. So I see we got some people online here. Ryan Milligan is tuned in. He is the other vocalist in Jesus Murphy. I love being in a band, and I love being in a band with the guys that I'm in. And it's like a club, like the brothers get together and play some tunes. So you got a connection there. And Ryan and I have been playing guitar for about 20 years now, and to the point where we decided, let's start a band. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story how the band started. Some people know this, but Ryan and I, he's my drinking buddy, and we would go out on St. Patrick's Day and we would do it up. Okay, I'll just say it at that. And there came a point where we just said, we just want to go out and hear this Irish music and celebrate that because we loved it and drink. So anyway, we basically went out and we were ready to listen to Irish music all day long. And we got to an Irish pub, and the Irish music's kind of stopped. It was going for about an hour or two, and then they kind of slipped into Johnny Cash and Wagon Wheel and a bunch of other things. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it was St. Paddy's Day and we were ready to hear Irish music all day long. And we looked at each other and we said, this is never going to happen again. And we said, we're going to have our own St. Patrick's Day party next year, and we'll play all the Irish music we want. So we did. And we haven't stopped doing it. Basically, we got to the point where we learned 30 traditional Irish tunes. We had our own private party. We had such a great time. And then the next year, we actually got a gig, and we've never stopped gigging on St. Paddy's Day. So we no longer drink as much as we used to on St. Patrick's Day because we got to kind of be in performance mode. Hey, Colin, how's it going? Colin McDougall from K. Breton. He's from St. Peter's. Another friend that goes way back to my childhood. I think I met Colin in high school years. I met Colin in 1980. Hi, Laurie. How's it going? It's great that people are tuning in, and this Ripple Effects is getting us out to a wider audience. So we're broadcast around the world now. I mean, we kind of were on Facebook anyway, but Ripple Effects really has given us a bigger audience. So anyway, we'll carry on with the Irish music. I'm doing the show myself tonight. I hope to in the future to bring in some guest stars and we can tap into some other talent around this province. There's unbelievable musicians around here. Some of them are absolutely phenomenal, and others are, just having fun with it and playing some tunes and banging out some tunes. So we'll have a variety of anybody on that wants to come on and celebrate their Scottish and Irish roots, even if they're not Scottish or Irish, and play a couple of tunes that we've come accustomed to. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? See, some good old friends from back in my homeland of Cape Breton. I am broadcasting here from my home in Halifax, but Cape Breton, of course, is always my heart, and I go back there as often as I can. So anyway, we'll continue on with the music here. This is a song written by Steve Wainwright and Kevin Evans. And I heard this song early 80s, and I fell in love with it when I heard it. It's called Silver Sea. Outside, the rain is softly falling. In the distance, I can hear a foghorn sound. I pull my blankets just a little closer. My mind is on a ship that's outward bound, on a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea. The moon, the stars above now brightly shine. The wind that fills the sails is a lullaby that tells the tales of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. The ocean has always been a part of me. I can feel the salt water running through my veins. I think of all the places where my ship will take me. The sound of your gentle whisper gives me strength. On a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea. The moon, the stars above now brightly shine. The wind that fills the sails is the lullaby that tells the tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. When I rise and look outside my window, a wall of gray is right before my eyes. I see a clock where time is slowly ticking. How I wish that I could make my life here fly. But on a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea, the moon, the stars above now brightly shine. The wind that fills the sails is a lullaby that tells the tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. On a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea, the moon, the stars above now brightly shine. The wind that fills the sails is a lullaby that tells the tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. Here we go. Brian is saying that try Firefox or Chrome or something. Is something kind of hacking out there for you? I am on Firefox. So anyway, I see Nate and Melissa is watching. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. That is so awesome. And I see Oliver on there too, Melissa. Yeah, he's one day he'll be in the band as well, for sure. Our little Irish buddy. Anyway, for sure. And he's actually jammed with us, believe it or not. He's what, 5? 5 or 6 maybe. And he's played the drums with us. Oh yeah, he's been in our jam space. So, alrighty. So I'm going to play a song that is actually our new single with the band, Jesus Murphy. And this is a song I wrote about a world record. And we've got a video out now, and we are on the charts of CIOE FM, great radio that supports local music. Can't say enough about those guys. They're fantastic. 97.5 on the dial, broadcasting out of Sackville. And this song I wrote about Ken Fraser, who caught the world's largest Atlantic bluefin tuna in 1979. I'm glad that Oliver loves it. That's great. In 1979, and 40 years later, more than 40 years later, the record is still unbroken, and it probably will stay that way for a while. So this song is a song I wrote called the Bluefin 1496. And 1496 is actually how much the fish weighs. So, and it was caught right here in Nova Scotia at the Canso Causeway. So here it is. We set out on the sea before us, so dark and grey, for miles around as the bluefin fed. They were just offshore. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. We got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. The rod was bent on the starboard side. The reel it spun as the line unwound. So hang on, boys, we're going for a ride. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. We're going hard and we're going strong, and the boat she shook with a rattling sound. We're going like the devil as we're pulled along. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Well, we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Well, it's a fight to the finish on the Silver Sea, where the battle was won and the king was crowned. He caught the biggest tuna fish you've ever seen. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. We got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. Oh, when the line went down. But we got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. Oh, that's when the line went down. Oh, that's when the line went down. It was 1,496 pounds. So I need to explain a little bit about that line. We got her on the hook, she's 1,000 pounds. When Ken Fraser caught this fish, he knew it was big. And he thought it was about 1,000-pound fish. He did not know that it was a world record. If he had known it was 1,496 pounds, he would have taken it to shore right away and weighed it in. So it was over 1,500 pounds because they basically couldn't get it onto the boat. They dragged it around for the day until they caught their second bluefin tuna. And when they brought it in, they found out that it was a lot bigger than they expected. So that's why that line is. And actually, I wrote that song not with Ken in mind. I wrote that song, and Dwight Parker of the Pirates of Halifax. Yes, we have pirates in Halifax here. Who was a lifelong friend of Ken Frazier. He said, "Oh, you wrote a song about bluefin tuna fishing. Well, I know the guy who caught the world record Atlantic." And that's the way kind of Dwight talks to. I know the guy who caught the world's largest Atlantic bluefin. Would you like to meet him? Maybe you can bring your guitar over and play it for him. Maybe he'll like it. So I said, sure, introduce me to this guy. So I went over and I met him, and he's a super nice guy. And he loved the song, and he said, "That's great. That's awesome," you know. And I said, "You know, Ken," I said, in the end, in the original version, I said, the fish gets away in the end. And he looked at me, and his face just dropped, and it was a look of horror. He said, no, that can't happen." Right? Imagine telling a world record holder, someone that pulls in a 1,500-pound fish, that it got away. That wasn't going to fly. So I said, "Ken," I said, "I got to rewrite this lyric to this last verse of the song." So so the song became about Ken and the world record, and it became a much better song because of it, because up to that point, it was just kind of a song about bluefin fishing, tuna fishing, and one got away. It's a common story, you know, about with fishermen. So anyway, speaking of fishermen, that I'm going to segue into this next song, and I'm going to do a dedication. And hey, my cousin Mike Gillis is on there from Boston. How you doing, Mike? Mike's mom and my mom are we're sisters. I almost said brother and sister, but no, Mike's mom and my mom were sisters. Anyway, this next song, I'm going to send a dedication out to one of the greatest fishermen I've ever met. And I'm going to send this tribute out to Ernie Butts. And this one, I remember him playing around the campfire about 20 years ago. And so it brings back a lot of memories. And when I first learned this song, I had a hard time getting through it, actually. But anyway, this one's called Fiddler's Green, and it's what happens when fishermen leave this planet. So. As I walked by the dockside on an evening so fair, to view the salt waters and breathe the salt air, I heard an old fisherman singing his song, saying, "Take me away, boys, me time is not long. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green." Now Fiddler's Green is a place I hear tell, where fishermen go if they don't go to hell, where the skies are all clear and the dolphins do play, and the Gold Coast to Greenland is far, far away. Wrap me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Where the skies are all clear and there's never a gale, the fish jump on board with the swish of their tail. Where you lie at your leisure, there's no work to do, and the skipper's below making tea for the crew. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh tripmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. And when you are docked and the trip is all through, there's pubs and there's grubs and there's lassies there too, where the girls are all pretty and the beer is all free, and there's bottles of rum grown on every tree. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, oh shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Randy, how you doing? Yes, lots of memories. Randy knows Ernie Butts all too well. Yeah, yeah, Ernie was quite a character, man, I'll tell you. He left an impression on a few people. Hard-working man. It was unbelievable that he actually played guitar, because this guy was, well, he was a foreman down in the coal mine, and he was as tough as nails. I mean, this is the kind of guy that almost didn't need a bulletproof vest, you know. But anyway, that song fits into a T, that's for sure. So, hey, Mary, how's it going? My cousin Mary is on there too. So I got a brother and sister on there, Mary and Mike. Mary's from down in Florida, and her husband Thomas showing us a great time down there. So anyway, well, we'll try a little something different, because as much as I love this music, and even on St. Patrick's Day, you know, we have to wander off the beaten path a little bit and give people a little bit of a break, because you can only handle so much of, you know, a good thing, right? So, we'll try a little something different here. And like I say, in the future, I like to have some guests on here to come out and share their experiences with music on this wonderful Canadian East Coast. For those of you who are wondering about my guitar, because not everybody, some people are familiar with it, but I decided to take a magic marker to this guitar one Friday evening, and I seemed to have nothing better to do. And anyway, it ended up becoming the garden that surrounded our property in Cape Breton, where we learned music. We had all these lovely rose bushes that went around the garden. So I'm an illustrator, an artist, and so I draw on things. Sometimes it's paper. Anyway, sometimes it's guitars or other instruments. Okay, so here's a song by Sir Elton John. Levon wears his war wound like a crown. He calls his child Jesus, because he likes her name, and he sends him to the finest school in town. Levon likes his money. He makes a lot, they say. Spends his days counting in a garage by the motorway. He was born a pauper to a pawn on the Christmas day, when the New York Times says God is dead and the war's begun. Well, Alvin has a song today, and they shall believe on, and he shall be a good man, and he shall believe on, in tradition with the family plan, and he shall believe on, and he shall be a good man. Well, he shall believe on. Levon sells cartoon balloons in town. His family business thrives. Jesus blows up balloons all day and sits on the front porch watching them fly. And Jesus, he wants to go to Venus, but leave on far behind. Take a balloon and go sailing, while Levon slowly dies. He was born a pauper to a pawn on the Christmas day, when the New York Times says God is dead and the war's begun. Well, Alvin has a song today, and he shall believe on, and he shall be a good man, and he shall believe on, and tradition with the family plan, and he shall believe on, and he shall be a good man. Well, he shall believe on. Alrighty, bit of Elton John there for you. So thanks again, folks, for joining in, tuning in to the first episode of East Coast Music on Tap. The reason why I called it that was because, well, you tap your feet to music. It's something you can tap into, which is really kind of what I aim to do. Is to tap into various areas and hear other people's thoughts as well. So by all means, if you've got some suggestions, you might want maybe a song you want to hear, by all means, suggest that. I may not know it, but I certainly will get working on it. And you know what I mean? We'll and the other thing that comes out of a tap is a beverage, right? And whether you're in a kitchen, at a kitchen party, or you're at a pub or a bar or around a campfire, there's usually one of those in somebody's hand anyway. But anyway, you need a refreshment every now and then. It doesn't have to be alcoholic either, by the way. But anyway, we'll carry on with a couple more tunes here, and I'll see what we got now. I did have a list, so there it is, right there. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, I'll do a song that I really like playing this song, and it's only got about 4 chords in it, but it's a fun song. Because, and it does, a lot of Irish tunes do have a similar type theme to it, or there's a few Irish songs that have a similar type theme, and that is one of a funeral where this poor guy worked himself to death. Actually, he killed himself while drinking on the job. He fell off the ladder. And they had a funeral for him, as they do at an Irish funeral. And they were having drinks and having a good time and celebrating his life when some of the liquor accidentally got spilled over this guy. His name was Tim Finnegan. And wouldn't you know it, the magic of that elixir brought poor Tim to life. He just couldn't miss a party. So that's the theme of this song. It's called Finnegan. Well, it's called Finnegan's Wake, but it's the story of Tim Finnegan. Tim Finnegan lived in Watling Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd. He had a brogue both rich and sweet, and the rise of the world he carried a hod. Now Tim in a sort of tippling way, with a love of the liquor he was born. And to help him on with his work each day, to drop with a crather every morn. Whack for the dole on and steer partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. One morning Tim got rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. Fell from the ladder and they broke his skull, they carried him home his corpse to wake. Rolled him out on a clean white sheet, they laid him out upon the bed, with a bottle of whiskey at his feet, a parallel quarter at his head. Back for the dole on and steer partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First they brought in tea and cake, and pipe tobacco, whiskey and punch. Well, Biddy O'Brien began to cry. Such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Ah, Tim of Orne, why did you die? Ah, shut your gob, says Paddy McGee. Whack for the dole, and steer partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Finnegan took up the job. Oh, Biddy says she, you're wrong, I'm sure. Biddy then gave her a belt in the gob. She left her sprawling on the floor. They on the ward did soon engage, woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh was all the rage. A row and eruption soon began. Mickey Maloney then ducked his head, and a bottle of whiskey flew at him. Missed him falling on the bed, the liquor scattered over Tim. Well, Tim revives, see how he rises. Well, Tim there rising from the bed, saying, where your liquor out all like blazes, Tenement do you think I'm dead? Whack for the dole on and steer partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Whack for the dole on and steer partner around the floor, young trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Alrighty, I see my daughter is on here. Danielle, how you doing? You're looking for some great big sea, are you? Well, we could probably muster something up. This is my daughter Danielle, by the way. My lovely daughter Danielle. Yeah, man, it's really, really hard to try not to get reflections on things when things are backwards and there's light all around. So, some great big sea. Actually, this would be a perfect song. I'll tell you why. Is because this song, written by, I believe, Alan Doyle, it sums up the perfect East Coast kitchen party. And what I noticed when I went to Ontario, I would hang out with, some people from back home here, as they call it, and we'd all be standing in the kitchen having a drink. And it was like, what are we doing? We're not back home in Cape Breton now. We're not back home. Why are we standing around the kitchen? We still do it. And I think it's probably because the fridge is there and the acoustics are good. And traditionally there was a wood stove in the kitchen. That's where all the heat was, and that's where the food is. And so it made perfect sense to, and that's where company was coming right through the front door. So boom, you're right in the party as soon as you walk in. So anyway, this song pretty much sums up the kitchen party. So characteristic of the East Coast every weekend, pretty much. It's called Going Up. Well, come gather all around you. There is something you should know. There is no place quite like this place if we get it on the go. So pile your boots up in the corner, hang your jacket from the door. There's 30 people in the kitchen, and there's always room for more. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. Well, there'll be music all around you. You should see the way it feels. Come on, off we go now, heel and toe now, to the jigs and reels. Cause somebody brought a fiddle, someone else brought a guitar, and we got Bobby on the squeeze box. Grab a chair and mason jar. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. Well, they'll be smiling, they'll be laughing, that's Jesus for me. There'll be music all around you, this is where you want to be. So pile your boots up in the corner, hang your jacket from the door. There's 30 people in the kitchen, there's always room, yes there's always room. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up. Oh, 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 come on now, let's lock the world outside. Oh, 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 come on, well I tell you now, she's going up tonight. She's going up tonight. You know what's great about doing these live shows is that you're bound to make several mistakes. So, and that's what is kind of cool about it. It's not a polished performance. Not meant to be. Live performances are meant to be not perfect. They're going to have some flaws, and so as many times as I played that song, you're still going to make a few mistakes, which is kind of awesome. Art is not supposed to be perfect. Anyway, so thanks, Danielle, for requesting that song. We do a lot of Great Big Sea. I'm glad you liked it. We do a lot of Great Big Sea. They had a big influence on the music that we play and that I play, as well as the Rankin family, as well as the Bear McNeils, Ryan's Fancy, the Irish Rovers, is when I really kind of got a taste of Irish music when I was a kid. I remember seeing them on TV, as well as Ryan's Fancy. Love Dennis Ryan. He's a character. If you've ever met Dennis Ryan, I'll tell you, that guy is funny as hell, man. And another band that big time influenced us were the Clancy Brothers with Tommy Makem. So now I'm on a mission. Now I'm buying Tommy Makem, Ryan's Fancy albums and the Clancy Brothers. If, like I say, my Kiss records, they're sitting right there beside my Kiss records and my Van Halen records, right? So that's what's kind of neat about it, is that I'm seeking these albums out now, and you can find them if you go digging for them at record stores. People have gotten rid of their records years ago, and some of the stuff you can find in mint shape too, right? Okay, we'll try another song, and this for a lot of people here in Nova Scotia who go to the Stan Rogers Folk Festival, incredibly successful festival here. This is a song written by Stan Rogers, so hope you like this one. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Westward from the Davis Strait, 'tis there was said to lie the sea route to the Orients, for which so many died, seeking gold and glory, leaving weather-broken bones and a long-forgotten lonely cairn of stones. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. 3 centuries thereafter, I take passage overland in the footsteps of brave Kelso, where his sea of flowers began. Watching cities rise before me, then behind me sink again. This tardiest explorer, driving hard across the plain. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Through the night, behind the wheel, the mileage clicking west, I think upon Mackenzie, David Thompson, and the rest, who cracked the mountain ramparts which made a path for me, to raise the roaring Fraser to the sea. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea, tracing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. Now why am I so different from the first men through this way? Like them I left a settled life, and then I threw it all away, to seek the Northwest Passage at the call of many men, to find there but the road back home again. For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort chasing one warm line through a land so wide and savage, and make the Northwest Passage to the sea. All right, I'm not sure if Krista's listening, but I told her I would do that song for her online. So anyway, so how's everybody doing? Hopefully doing good, and hopefully you're enjoying this lovely weather out here. I know it's crazy times and sometimes hard to stay positive, and but trust me, we'll get through this. We just got to hang in there, get used to it, and you know, be on our best behavior, and just be safe, as we always have to be anyway. I think we forgot a little bit of that, so it's getting back on track again. I'm going to do a song called The Orangedale Whistle, written by Jimmy Rankin. Love this tune. I better tune up. I've only got a couple of songs here left too, by the way. But this weather sometimes does funny things to your tuning. Ah, there's the one that was out. Okay, we'll try one more time. Again, this is the Rankin family with the Rankin family song with the Orangedale Whistle. Station master looked all around, along the track, both up and down. But the train could not be found. There was neither sight nor sound. There was neither sight nor sound. Walked on slowly to the station door, like so many times before. Looked outside into a sunshine beam, closed his eyes and dreamed a dream, drifted off into a dream. The winds of change forever blow. Now some things stay and some things go. The falling rain, the smell of the snow, the Orangedale whistle will always blow. Years ago, across this land, that line was laid by able men. Things have changed as time goes by. Now people drive and people fly. People drive and people fly. Things will change forever blow. Now some things stay and some things go. The falling rain must melt the snow. The Orangedale whistle will always blow. Station master has long since gone, faded off into the sun. Whistle shrill still lingers on in the hearts of everyone, every day from dusk till dawn. The winds of change forever blow, and some things stay and some things go. The falling rain must melt the snow. The Orangedale whistle will always blow. always blow. Will always blow. All right. Well, folks, that pretty much concludes our show for this week. And thank you very, very, very much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. And like I say, as the weeks go on, we'll tap into other music that shaped us and carved our personalities and affected us, or just stuff that we like listening to. So anyway, once again, folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm Kelly DeVoe, and you're listening to the East Coast music on tap on Ripple Effects. So we'll see you next time. Cheers.